Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika, and with a little the world outside of your window. It's been a minute since we did one of these, and I had a lot to say that I didn't get said in my previous live that I did about an hour ago. If you guys have not checked out that live, it was a total key. So please make sure you go back and get you a little bit of laughter on this Wednesday. Now, today, I want to talk about President Joe Biden standing squarely behind his decision to withdraw American troops from Afghanistan. A defiant Joe Biden is what they're calling him over at The Guardian, to which we're going to read a piece of the article, and then I'm going to tell you my personal opinions on this. A defiant Joe Biden has insisted that he stands squarely behind his decision to pull U.S. forces rapidly out of Afghanistan while attempting to shift blame for events unfolding there to his predecessor, Donald Trump. The unwillingness of the Afghan forces to fight the Taliban. Biden is facing the biggest crisis of his presidency um, after the stunning fall of Afghanistan to the extremist insurgent force caused his administration flat-footed and raised fear of humanitarian catastrophe. Um, Biden made an unscheduled trip on Monday from his presidential country retreat, Camp David, to address reporters in the East Room of the White House under greater pressure than any point in his 7-month presidency. The mission, he said, has never been about nation building, but counter terrorism, a threat that has now um, it's there. Biden has had inherited a deal from Trump to withdraw forces by May the 1st, he added, leaving him with a choice to either follow through with that agreement or escalate conflict by sending thousands or more troops into combat. I stand squarely behind my decision, the president said, maintaining a calm demeanor at the lectern. After 20 years, I've learned the hard way that there were never a good time to withdraw U.S. forces. That's why we're still there. We are clear-eyed about the risk. We planned for every we planned for every contingency, but as I always promised the American people that I would be straight with you. The truth is that this did unfold more quickly than we anticipated. So what happened? Afghanistan political leaders gave up and fled the country. The Afghan military collapsed sometimes without trying to fight. The Taliban swept through Kabul on Sunday after President Ghani fled the country, ending 2 decades of failed experiment to import Western style liberal democracy. As harrowing scenes played out on the television, including the desperate Afghans clinging to U.S. support plane before takeoff, the White House has scrambled to explain how the government there collapsed so quickly. Biden acknowledged that the scenes unfolding in the Afghan are gut wrenching, particularly for veterans and anyone who has spent time on the ground there. But far from admitting error, he claimed the events of the past few days vindicated his decision because U.S. troops, he said, should not fight a war that Afghan soldiers are not willing to fight themselves. We gave them every chance to determine their own future. We could not provide them with the will to fight for the future, he said. Such a tone in recent days from Biden, who ran for election promising unraveling foreign policy credentials after 36 years in the Senate and 8 as Barack Obama's vice president, has been jarring to many. They're calling him a defiant president. On Monday, he promised the U.S. was working to evacuate Thousands of Afghan interpreters, drivers, and others who supported the American military, non-government organizations, and media. He said the process had not begun sooner because some did not want to leave, still hopeful for their country, and the Afghan government has discouraged preemptive mass exodus. He offered little practical hope for women and girls who now fear for their safety as well as their education and greater freedoms afforded them since the Taliban were driven from Afghanistan following the attacks on the U.S. September 11, 2001 by Al Qaeda terrorists masterminded for the country. Biden said that we will continue to speak out for the basic rights of the Afghan people, of all women and girls, just as we speak out all over the world. Adamant that his course, was the right one. Now, I'm going to link this article so you can go down and read the remainder of this article for yourself. But I want to take a moment to give you my opinion about this. Afghanistan has had years to prepare themselves to weaponize and educate and train their military. You could not possibly expect the United States to continue to stay as a force over there to help you fight for a country you're not willing to fight for yourself. In my opinion, the American government did everything they were supposed to do. They stuck around for years. The military has given so many opportunities for the Afghan military to use the equipment that was provided and use the training that was there in place for them. As gut-wrenching and heart-wrenching as it was to see some of the footage that I've seen since over the weekend, I stand by this president, our president's decision to remove our people from over there. How do you expect the United States to care more than you seem to care? The president did a mass exodus. Many of the government leaders over there did a mass exodus of the country. At what point do you stand for yourself? We are here to aid you, not to be there to fight more for your country than what you are willing to fight for it yourself. And I think that's where people are starting to get conflicted. You're looking at the news stories and you're seeing all these awful, horrific things going on, and you feel like we're supposed to do something about it. Well, we've been doing something about it. If the American forces were not on ground in Afghanistan, had we never went over there, those people would have been overtaken by that group. At some point, you can sit there and teach a person how to protect themselves and care about themselves, but at some point you have to back up and allow them to do it for themselves. And it may seem cold-hearted, but we are not responsible for Afghanistan. We are really responsible for ourselves, but we ally with many countries and we offer our support. But at some point, you have to be willing to stand and fight for yourself. And that's what I feel is happening. Now, there is a lot of other political agendas and things that go into place with this. I'm giving y'all just the overall viewpoint from my standpoint. We have been vigilant. We have been supportive. You got people over there, American troops, who have been stationed over there for years. They want to go home. We didn't come to move into your country and help you fight for your rights and your freedoms and your beliefs forever. We were there as guards to help you build yourself up. And if you did not take advantage of the 20 plus years, then that is a problem that lies within you. We can't make you care about yourself no more than we have done. We cannot support you any more than what we have supported you. We cannot offer you training no more than what we have given you. We cannot offer you equipment to protect yourself no more than we have given you. What more do you expect the United States of America to do for these foreign countries? We care. I care. I saw all that stuff going on, and my heart went out to those people. But what about the government leaders in the military who are supposed to be in place to protect their people? You can't lay that on Joe Biden's back like that. He kept the agreement that he originally took on when Trump left. So how are we beating Joe Biden up like that? I'm not going to do it. My opinion is what it is. I got the wrong banner running across the screen. I just realized it. My bad, people. But we did all that we could do. And I still think that the United States will do their part to try to help, but they're not going to be the front runners because it's not our country. We came to help. We didn't come to stay. And if you didn't take advantage of the opportunities to weaponize yourself, learn tactical training, if you didn't take advantage of what was provided for you, then who are we to? I mean, what are we supposed to do? Stay over there forever? No. So my heart goes out to the Afghan people. It really does. But I understand the decision that the president made. This was a decision that was already in. This was an agreement that was already put in place by Donald Trump. He carried it out. He's doing what he feels is best for the American people. And we are not trying to do what's best for the American people at the expense of the Afghan people, but you've had years to prepare to defend yourself. And if your government run off, what you want us to do? I think a lot of responsibility be put on the United States to take care and help everybody. When the United States really needs to take a look at what they're not doing for their own people right here at home. We're in the midst of a global pandemic. The United States often speaks about how they don't have money to do this, that, and the other. Yes, we do, and we take some of our monies away from these other countries and try to invest some into our own. Just think about it. And I know that this is not the public, this is probably not the popular opinion, so I'm willing to deal with whatever comes, okay? If you feel like that what I'm saying is not wrong, it's wrong, or and you feel like you got a better look of it, put it in the comment section. I am going to actually read, as I do with every other video I do. I'm going to get down in that pen and I'm going to read y'all comments. I need to know how you guys feel because I watch a lot of political news. I just don't talk about it as much. And to me, I'm not mad at him for keeping the agreement that was in place to remove the troops. I feel him when he said we've done all we can to prepare you for the day we would leave and you would have to stand for yourself. It ain't like they've been there 4 or 5 years. They've been there for years. Long enough for these people to have found their strength and be prepared. My thoughts and my heart goes out to those people as they are undergoing all of this mess with the Taliban. But what can we do? Do you want the American people and our soldiers and people with families right here at home to be over there and risking their lives continuously? At some point, you have to fight for yourself. And I think it's time now that the Afghan people take a stand to help themselves and their people so that we don't see the heart-wrenching videos that we've seen over the weekend. You cannot take care of everybody. You can only assist them until they can do better for themselves. And I feel like we have done that. That is it. That is all. Please get down in the comment section and let me know your thoughts and opinion about this entire situation. This is not one of those videos where I'm looking for. I don't expect that on any video, but definitely this one is going to bring probably a lot of comments that do not agree with what I'm saying, and I'm cool with that. I want to know how you feel about it. So feel free to sound off in the panic, aka comment section. Let me know what you think. I'll link this article over in the pinned comment so you can go over and read the entire article for yourself. But that's all I have to say about that right now. Remember, in closing, as always, you do not have to be great to get started, but you have to get started in order to be great. And it is the depth of your struggle that will determine the ultimate height of your success. You guys have a great remainder to your Wednesday. I plan on doing the same. I'll see you on the next one.